Hello, everyone. It's Ernest again, your host for Money and Life Show, Financial Show, the financial show that helps us to become financially independent. But on today's episode, I want to talk about something personal. I want to talk about personal life, what we all have been experiencing since 2020 and into 2021 as well. So I just want to touch a little bit on that and to encourage our hearts. COVID has brought all of our lives to stand still, or in some cases, it has disrupted our lives, and COVID has wreaked havoc on its way. But I just want to encourage everyone. It's not the end of the road. The light will shine again. There will be light at the end of the tunnel. I know the days may be darker than you know, but it's not done yet. It ain't over and it's over. We will prevail. We will become happy again. We will all go back to work again. We will all go back to our businesses again. We'll all be happy again. We'll all meet our friends again. We'll all be able to travel again. We'll all be able to gather again. We'll all be able to go to concerts, sports, and travel, again. And so it's not time to give up. Let us support one another and keep supporting one another and keep supporting, let's keep supporting our communities. COVID has shown us that we are all part and parcel of one another. No country or persons or people or group are an island. We all coexist. We are all part and parcel of each other's world. Therefore, it is time for every single person to recognize this and begin to pull together. Because until we come together as people, we cannot resolve our differences. And we can now see that the things that tear us apart are just little. They're smaller than things that bring us together. So therefore, I think it's time the world and every single person should begin to value and respect one another, should begin to listen to one another, should begin to appreciate one another, to begin to show empathy, love, kindness, to one another, because no man or woman, boy or girl is an island. So, and we can see that we're all part of the same body. When the eye is crying, the leg feels it. When the arm is hurt, the back feels it. When the ear is pinched, the heart feels it. And so therefore, likewise another part, we're all part of one another. And therefore, we should stop, and it's time to begin to say, stop this word of black or white, yellow, purple, green, and black, white, or whatever, because COVID has shown that, there's no race. COVID knows no race. It affects all races. It affects black, white, yellow, purple, green, Japanese, Indians, Chinese, doesn't matter where you come from, So it's hard time where I should begin to treat the whole human race, the whole humanity as one race, as one people. It is time we begin to give each other the opportunity that anyone deserves, and not opportunities should not be reserved or preserved to certain names, to certain races, to certain culture, to certain language. It should be for everyone. Because I know many people are asking right now, can I make it another day? Can I make it tomorrow? because right now, I have no job. I'm on follow, or even my company is not going to bring me back, even when the COVID is over. My company is not going to bring me back. How am I going to survive? You know, but I want to tell you, don't give up, because if you don't give up, the divine will see you through, because he has seen you through until this very point. If the birds in the sky could survive, if the lilies in the valley could survive, how much more you? I know you make it. I know you can survive. It may be rough right now. It may be tough right now. It may be very challenging right now. It may look so hopeless right now. But I just want to encourage your hearts. I just want to encourage you that as long as you hold on, as long as you don't give up, there's a brighter days ahead. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Because nothing stays forever. Everything come and go. The wind will always blow. Political wind, social wind, economic wind, health wind. The wind will always blow. The wind will always blow. And when it blows, it passes. The wind never stays in one place. It comes and it goes. And the wind of COVID will also go, just the way it came. And everything that has the beginning must also have an end. It's a law that can never be broken. It's a divine law that can never be broken. So everything that has a beginning must also have an end. And everything that goes up must surely come down. Is a law that can never be broken. So hold on there and believe. Align your belief with your thoughts and your feeling, and you will see the better days. So there are better days ahead, and there will be better days ahead. So I just want to encourage your hearts to keep pushing, keep enduring, keep hoping. For I know, as long as you do that, because hope is the last thing we should lose, and we should try as much as we can to discover and use the power of our minds. Until the day I discover the power of my mind, until the day I realize that all the power in existence is on my mind. My mind is the center of the divine operations. Everything, all power there is in existence, it's on my mind, and it's all left for me on how I direct them, because until I give the power that is my mind a specific direction, he's going to see them dormant, So it is time you begin to direct your mind towards a specific goal that you want for yourself, either it's health, wealth, riches, financial independence, a new job, a new business, a new partner for your children, health for your parents or for yourself, in whatever direction, because it's a fluid substance waiting to be given a specific direction, and whatever direction you gives it, that is the direction it's going to take, and is going to be pictured in your everyday life. So whatever you want does not depend on any man or woman, boy or girl, or whatever, or organization or your government. Everything depends on you. And until you can channel the power of your mind to achieve that specific purpose in which you're desiring, that specific thing in which you are desiring, you will never achieve it. The times that we're living in, or the times of COVID, I think at this point in time, I think it's more of a psychological and emotional thing than it is a financial thing. However, we cannot discard the financial aspect of it, because at the end of the day,
We have to pay our rents, pay our mortgage, our mortgages. We have to pay for our cars. We have to pay the gasoline. We have to go to work. Either by public transportation, we need to pay for the ticket for the public transportation that we're going to use, or whatever means of transportation that we're going to use. So I think it's all combined, come together. It becomes very necessary to, look at it as, have a kind of a holistic look at the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like they say in Africa, and this African adage that if you want to go far, you go with people. But if you want to go along, if you want to go short distance, or if you don't want to go far, if you want to go short, or if you don't want to go far, you go alone. So, and I think for us to go very far because of COVID, for us to combat this pandemic, for us to come back to where we were a year ago or more, for us to come back stronger and better as people, as human race, as one human race, we need to put together, we need to do it together. And also, I think it has also presented to us a kind of opportunities, because now that we're not so preoccupied with so many things, we can actually kind of retool, you know what I'm saying? So we can actually try to do online courses to acquire different skills or whatever, so that by the time the labor market opens, we'll become valuable to whichever company or industry we find ourselves, or whatever we find ourselves doing in the future will become valuable, because the marketplace pays for value. And it pays for value. Those values based on the skills that you bring into the marketplace. It based on your experiences. So you can, skills being that you're able to do things better and quicker, more efficient, more effectively than somebody else. Skill being that you know what to do. Nobody has to hold your hands or look over your shoulder for months or for years before that task or tasks, will be done. So, and also it brings a level of experience to bear. That is to know, okay, I've done this before, so applying my experience from my previous place, or previous place I've worked, or previous things I've done in my life or my career, I can just get on the job and get a job done, without causing my employer disruption and causing my team irritation and cause myself a kind of disappointment, if you will. But yeah, so I think it's a kind of a two-edged sword, that even though in one hand we're going through pain, but also on the other hand, opportunities have presented themselves for us to begin to realign and begin to take advantage of and get where we need to be.
But before we can take advantage of any opportunity or opportunities presented to us, we must first of all identify what we want, because you can't just enter your car and start driving to no destination. You can just start traveling without destination. You end up nowhere. So the first thing is to first of all identify what you want. Know what you want for certain. Now say to yourself, this is what I want. Write it down. If it is amount of money that you want to make in a year, in a month, in your lifetime, write it down. If you're looking for a partner, describe the partner in great details as to what you want, how you want him or her to look, have, be, whatever height, whatever. If it's a house, you have to see the house. You have to describe the type of house you're looking for. If you, whatever it is, try to describe it to yourself and try to see it through the eyes of your imagination. You have to live in that house. Try to live in that house, or try to be with that partner, or try to have that money. So don't just kind of fantasize it. Don't just try to daydream it. Of course, you can daydream it, but you have to make it real. You have to live your life as if it were true. If it were true that what you want is already here, because the only reason you are not having what you want is because of you. You've poisoned the process through your thoughts, through your affirmations or your confessions or whatever. So therefore, what you want has decided to distance itself or herself from you because of your attitude, because of your behavior. Your attitude being your mental attitude, your spiritual attitude towards what you want. Okay? And that has to change if you want to achieve and have what you want. Either that position, that business, that whatever it is. Okay? So it is time for us to step out there knowing that everything's already been settled. Look at it. No, we can't change time. Okay? Time is settled and is settled forever. Likewise, I read a book that says, ever before we were born, ever before we were formed in our mother's wombs, that he knew us. You can know something that has already been in existence. Is that right? So we were already in existence before we were formed in our mother's womb. And if we were, it does mean that we are, So if we were, it does mean that way you can't change that. Okay? So because we were, now we can only allow that to manifest or come to be in the physical world that we live in. Okay? So I always tell people to stop being anxious, because I read a book that says, be anxious for nothing. Have a little, be patient a little bit. Just try to be patient and try to control your mouth, because I also read a book that says the tongue is a little member of the body, but it can set the whole body on fire. You know what I'm saying? So try to control those things that you can control. And one of those things you can control is your mouth. And another thing you can control is how you believe or you accept that which you believe or that which you want is already been settled, because you already have it. Because if you believe, that is where the magic happens. You and I, we don't know our divine contracts. We don't know what we've already agreed, or what we've already agreed that how we're going to live our lives here on earth. So therefore, by believing that which you've already agreed with the divine on how you're going to live your life here on earth will come to pass, is once you believe that, the universe will go into action on your behalf. Begin to put things in place, begin to bring people together based on your divine agreement to bring all that which you've already agreed with him to come to pass. We don't have what we want because we don't believe, and we doubt ourselves, we doubt the divine. We think because we wear Gucci, we wear money, we drive Lamborghini, we fly on private jet, we wear kinds of stuff. So that is who we are. That is not who we are. Who we are is not seen. And I also read a book that says the unseen is more powerful than the sin. What you don't see is more powerful than what you see, because everything in the physical, everything that we see in the physical have first of all be in the spirit. Everything we see in the physical, there was a time we did not see them in the physical, which means they've already existed in the minds of the people that brought them to pass, which means what we don't see is more powerful than what we see. And if that is the case, then we have to learn how to believe that which we don't see, because what we don't see, or the things we don't see, are more powerful, they're more real than what we see. Okay? This is how anyone can realize his or her goal, his or her ambition or desire on what he or she wants. Therefore, if you want to be financially independent, you have to believe that you're already financially independent. Your refusal not to believe it is the reason why you're not financially independent. The reason why you are not that which you want is because of your refusal to believe that you're already that which you want to be. I read a book that says the divine has given us the power to acquire wealth. So you and I have been given the power to acquire wealth, to acquire whatever that we desire or that we want. And that book also says, I read a section in that book which says, whatsoever be your heart desire, when you believe it, when you ask for it, believe that you receive it and you shall have it. So therefore, you and I must have a believing system if we are to achieve that which we want and that which is our divine right. There are rules to every game, including the game of life. So therefore, if we are to realize, if we are to attain, if we are to achieve that which we want, we must play by the rules and the rules of the divine, because I also read a book that says that if we observe all these laws or the rules, we dwell in the land plenty, or we have plenty. We have plenty. We enjoy success. We have plenty. We'll be blessed in our going out and our coming in. We have more than we desire. We have more than we want, because it's our divine right. If this podcast has been of any help to you, please share. Until next time, stay safe and look out for one another. Bye-bye.